Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading. This is for July 2020. Okay, so for those of you that follow my channel, you would know that in the past couple of weeks I've focused on twin flame love and soulmate love, and your past life, what kind of got you to where you are right now, and but now it's time to look forward. Okay, it's time to look forward and to see what happens from here onwards. What can you look forward to? Okay, there's a lot of things happening in the world at the moment. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world at the moment, and there seems to be a tendency out in the world that if you find the perfect love, that everything is going to be okay. Now, love is a very powerful force. Don't let's not get that wrong. And when you love, you automatically unlock such a powerful flood of possibility within yourself. That is true. Okay. But the simple truth is that when we often experience, difficulty with love and with life and with career and with money and with people and neighbors and landlords and whatever the case may be, the simple truth is that it's usually us. There's something in our energy field that attracts that sort of experience to us. And so this reading that I have today, we're kind of moving out of that Gemini space that how would I put this? Where you sort of had different playing fields, let's try this, let's try the variety. More into the Cancerian period, which is more of a what is emotionally fitting you. Okay, so when I speak about the other half, I just want to be clear what I'm talking about. When I speak about the other half, what I'm talking about is that person, when you look into the mirror, when you look into your own eyes into the mirror and you have that honest conversation with yourself. Why am I, or you say to yourself, I'm having these repeated experiences in life. Okay, these things keep on happening to me. I mean, there's no point in denying what is, so you're struggling with something that keeps on happening in your life. So what is it within myself? Because sometimes, it could be inner childhood, it could be trauma that we had in an earlier lifetime we don't even know about. Sometimes it blows your mind away. When I do my regression hypnosis sessions, it blows a person's mind away, the things that you come up with, the blockages, and they can be huge things, or sometimes they can be small things, okay? That it's all about how the mind perceives it. Now, there may be some banging or something at the back. If there is, I do apologize, but, it takes me a while to get into the space to do these readings. So I don't like to delay it. When I get the space, now's the time to do it. I like to do it for you. All right. For those that regularly follow my channel, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Adrian. I'm a psychic medium, holistic wellness practitioner. And yeah, I do the tarot, I do numerology, I do spiritual regression hypnosis, life coaching, all those lovely, wonderful things. And this is a general reading for some life guidance for Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, and ascending for the month of July 2020. So when you look at it, whether you are an Aquarius or you've got Aquarius in your chart, if you see something in the reading that resonates with you, claim it inside your heart. Say, yes, I claim that for myself. Okay? You see cards are falling. For me, that's very direct messages. Let's just see. It is decision time. It is decision time, Aquarius. So yeah, it's always good to know what's happening in your astrology chart. I mean, I'm a Cancerian with an Aquarius moon, quite a strong Aquarius moon, in fact. And I'm telling you, it's when you realize what works for you and what doesn't work for you in life that things really become quite good for you. Okay. All right, so we're going to look into your recent situation. We're going to kind of look at everything so far. And how do you move on from this? Where do you move on from this? And what's going on? What's happening? As Boys to Men said, where do we go from here? Okay. All right. So if it does resonate with you, you're more than welcome to, you can subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. All the links are down below. If you want to have a personal detailed reading, all those links are down below. Okay, all those explanations and everything. If anything's unclear, you're more than welcome to send me an email. All right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So overall, you are actually busy moving into quite a beautiful space. Some of you are really coming into your own. Some of you are really coming into your moment. You're really coming into your shine and your abundance and your prosperity and your success. It's almost like so many of you are coming into your definition of life, into your purpose of life. Okay, and I love this a lot. To the outside world, when they look at you, they see this very um, almost regal type of vibe going on, where you're stepping into your potential, you're stepping into your shine, you're stepping into your moment. Some people might have been, maybe close relatives or friends, they might have been able to see your potential for such a long time and you were working really hard for it. But I feel that some of you learned the most important and most valuable lesson right now in order to take that final step. And it was that stepping back, that allowing life to happen. Okay. And what I love so much about this is not only is this the perception from the outside world, but when some of you, for many of you, in fact, I feel when you look into the mirror and you look into your own eyes and you look at your own life and you look around you, yes, like any situation in life, there are still things that need to be done. There are still some tweaks that needs to be done, but you are realizing that things are really coming together. Things you really getting it together. And despite everything that's happening in the world, I see you being open to love. I see you being open to new starts. I see you being open to new beginnings. I see you doing that inner work that needs to be done. And yeah, some of you are honoring your emotions more and more and more and more. Some of you haven't really fully dealt with the situation yet. There's still some healing that needs to be done, but I also feel that you're in the process of this healing. That you are busy sort of going to that space where the divine male and the divine feminine is starting to balance. So you're basically sorting out your stuff, okay, which is great. You are sorting out your stuff. You are getting to this point where you realize, if I want to have this done, I'm going to have to do what I need to do in order to get what I want to get. So there may have been some self-blame or looking to others, or I'm going to choose my words carefully. But there is that sort of space where you are choosing the winners, okay? You are beginning to really see the importance of the company that you keep. I feel that a lot of you have always been like, I'm on my own trip and I'm fine, I'm okay, and it doesn't really matter who I hang with. I don't really connect with them too much. I've got my own sort of vibe that I'm maintaining. But many of you are really beginning to see the value, especially in the undertones, what your subconscious mind is being exposed to, how that actually and very powerfully affects your experience of life. And that in itself is setting you on this new path, this new sort of life where you're not really separating from people. You're not really cutting anybody off, so to speak. It's more of a gentle separation that's taking place. Like say you were living with someone, or you were neighbors, or you worked together as colleagues in the same company and you were very close. But now, you maybe move to a different town or you move overseas or something like that. You can still have a very good experience and you call each other on birthdays and Christmas and Hanukkah and Eid, or like whatever you celebrate. You still send each other messages, you follow each other on social media, but you don't have that. Whilst you can still maintain something really beautiful, there is some separation, some space that's just coming in between, where also I feel that either you may be physically moving or somebody else may be physically moving, and it's more like you are sort of where you'd like to be, at least for now. So it's most likely somebody else who's physically moving, okay, or somehow it could be somehow you're just not getting to spend some time together in the same space, in the same vicinity for whatever reason. But I do sense some physical movement, some physical space between you all. Okay. All right. Let's see where you are currently at. Where you are currently at. Where you are could be misperceived by others, because I feel that for many of you, it's almost like you're in the space of like spiritual sort of awakening. But then, of course, with Aquarius, you always have a much, almost naturally, have a much broader sort of understanding of what's going on or what needs to be done. And sometimes that curiosity, that natural sort of curiosity, can get you into very hot water. But I feel that this time around, it's almost like you've kind of done your battlefields. All right, you've got your experience, you've got your scars, you've got the feedback, you got what you needed to get and what needed to be done. Now you're sort of in the space where things are coming back. You kind of you've had the experience, you've unpacked the experience, you've looked at it, you've dissected it, and now you're sort of in the space, a very powerful space actually, getting clarity, where you realize, and I feel this for many of you, you're not exactly where you want to be in your life specifically. Okay, there's more that you want to do, and of course you're this curious soul, so you like to do stuff. So there's more that you like to do, but you're really coming from the space now where you've got more information than you would have had before. You understand now that maybe that is not the best thing to do. Maybe that is a bit of a time waster, or when it comes to people, also understanding, and sometimes you taking the hard choice here, where you understand that some people need some space, and need some space away from you, where they may maybe feel that you are being mean, that you actually understand that the physical distancing could actually be beneficial for you. Okay. You've looked at a lot of things in your life. You've looked at a lot of things of what you want to have and how you'd like life to be. And you've realized that a lot of things are not the way that you'd like them to be. So you did some deep inner thinking. You did some deep inner searching, and some of you realize that, listen, if I want this life thing, then, what is it that I need to do? So in the recent past, there might have been some offer. This would somehow be an emotional offer. So it could be love, it could be a relationship, it could maybe be a friendship, it could be somebody that for some reason you grew close to. Okay? And it's almost like you said no to the situation. I think that you were in a space where you actually needed time. You needed time to be you. You needed time to experience yourself, or your emotions. That is the thing that would have saved you the best. But you sort of asked the universe for a helping hand, and it gave you this helping hand. And it's almost like you may have misinterpreted a little bit, that you thought this was everything. So you really place your heart on something, and it really does seem that it was love. You thought that this might work out. You thought this might be the universal natural step of manifestation, of love, of partnership, of that longevity that you were longing for. I do feel that you were lonely. So you really felt that this was going to be it. Okay, it was going to it's going to tick all the boxes. This was going to be it. And I feel like, the thing about a heart is, like, a heart is just a heart. And you may have sort of turned a blind eye to some of the things that were very blatantly in front of you. Okay? I also sense that people were cautious to bring it up with you. It was a sensitive matter. It still is. but you're learning from it and you're growing from it. So you're going forward and you're focusing forward with what you want to have, how you're going to have it, what is maybe good for you to do and what is maybe not good for you to do. I also see going forward from here, so moving forward from here, you are, so you're very clear about what you want. You're willing to put in the work, the soul work, the time, the energy. So you're kind of sticking to your guns. Still very open to love, which is beautiful. Which is beautiful. I love the fact that your heart isn't closed. But you've learned your lessons. So open to love, but you've learned your lessons. Okay? Let's see. So, for those of you that were in a relationship, that you thought this was it, and it didn't work, when you look back honestly, you will realize that this was never the setup for you. Okay? You may have liked it, you may have appreciated it, and like all things in life, there may have been very, very beautiful moments within it, but it wasn't really yours. Okay? Yeah. It taught you a lot of lessons though. I feel a lot of karma played out in this in this relationship. That in fact, if you can look past the hurt and the disappointment and the pain, you know, all the blame and all those type of things, you know, like the what ifs, then you'll actually get to see how you have been divinely supported in this relationship all the way. Some of you wanted love, but you didn't have quite a clear idea of what love was, you know, for you specifically, what it is that you needed. And you wanted to know, so life helped you there, it showed you. Okay. Wow. Yeah, you are definitely coming out of your shell. And when I say coming out of your shell, you are like, you know, I don't know, I grew up in the country, so I don't know if any of you ever saw a chicken hatch. It's quite a beautiful experience actually. I remember as a child, I used to be in absolute wonderment about it. But it's a very gentle sort of heavenly process. But you sort of doing that same thing, but you more coming out, you're like, ta-da, you know, there's bright shining lights, and this is more like a Lady Gaga sort of show, you know. There's nothing subtle about it. It takes your breath away. It's powerful, because you're so clear about what it is that you want now. There are still things that you're worried about. There are still things that you want. Some of you are thinking, you know, and I mean, it's human. You are thinking like, you know, I'm getting older. Is this ever going to happen for me? But at the same time, you know, you're doing this whole ta-da thing. And it's inevitable. People's going to notice you. You know, they're going to notice you. They're going to bang down your door. They're going to be like, how about some coffee? How about some dinner? Even if it's just a glass of water. Want to be hanging out. Okay? You want to come paint this town scarlet with me. But you see, the beautiful thing is you learned your lesson. You'll be like, oh, this seems so enticing. This seems so exciting. But there's that sort of discernment where some of you may initially say yes, you know, because sometimes we fall back in our previous patterns. You may say yes, but then you go like, you know what? I'm sorry, but, you know, maybe let's skip this. Yeah. You're no longer prepared to give yourself breadcrumbs. You want the full deal. You You want the life without being worried about maintaining the life. Okay, you want to know that the people that's in your corner are the people in your corner. And when I say about maintaining the life, it doesn't mean that you will never, lose materialistic things or stuff like that. But what it really means is that you want to know that the people who are sitting around, with you on the round table and eating with the gold sort of cutlery, it's a very fabulous Game of Thrones sort of setup. You also want to know that those people, if there is no money, and there's not a good space of mind and stuff like that, and you are just going to be in this sort of crappy low vibrational space, you want to know that those people are still going to sit with you too. Okay, so you kind of you are redefining everything. Really, you are. You're like an artist that's making a brilliant comeback. Do you remember back in the day when Toni Braxton made a comeback? What was the album called? The Heat. That's what you call a comeback. She made a comeback. Okay? That's what you're busy with. And I love this. I love this. This is beautiful. You are, as you're going forward, you may think that you've got a very good grasp on the situation, at the moment, on the energy patterns at the moment, on the synchronicities at the moment. You may feel that you have a good grasp, and I feel that you really, really do. But at the moment, you're sort of still discerning, making decisions, as I said, redefining everything. But it's like you're currently sort of in this space of reconsidering everything, getting clarity. But I feel that you sort of, as an Aquarius, you can keep your mind and yourself very busy with stuff that you don't always really, have business keeping yourself busy with, and that's how you sometimes get yourself into hot water. I feel that you're at this point now where you're kind of saying to yourself, it must be worth the risk. So somehow you need to win out of this deal. So it's not just about, that air sign curiosity type of thing anymore. Okay? You're understanding that you're on a new path, and as you go forward, I love this. You get to see how so many of the experiences, like if you think things are powerful now, just give yourself a couple of weeks, a couple of months. Oh baby, by September, things should be blooming for you. I don't even want to talk about November. Okay. Of course, when we get there, we'll speak about it. But yeah, you're getting to see how a lot of the things that happened in the past that seemed so unfair was what was divinely required for you to live your greatest experience of life. You were, without actually realizing that your soul was out there, investigating, gaining experience, getting clarity on what it is that it wanted, what it is that it needed, and how to move forward. Okay. And I love that because with the understanding, obviously all the blame goes as well. Okay. I love that. All the blame goes. I absolutely, absolutely love that. Okay, so we're going to see how things are going forward for you, Aquarius. You're more than welcome to obviously subscribe to my channel if you like, or and hit that notification bell. Get yourself a personal detailed reading. I sent you a 30 minutes downloadable reading so you can look at it again and again. Sometimes people miss things in just a boom, boom, once off. And you're more than welcome to follow me on Instagram. You're welcome to follow me on Facebook. The links are down below. Give me a like if the video resonated with you. Give me a comment. Let me know what's happening. And I'll see you all next week. Have a good week.